Are you a new streamer or thinking about starting and you feel like your quality is just kind of mid? You see those really polished streams and get a lot of streamer envy. Well, you can have a great stream look too, and you don't need to spend a fortune or become a tech wizard overnight to achieve it.
These are 5 rules that are relatively easy to follow and can make your stream go from looking and sounding like this
to this. And just to preface this video, I'm not a streaming expert. I'm a technology-based content creator. But I've been doing a weekly live stream every Monday at 7 p.m. CST for the past few months, and everything on this list are things that I personally had to learn and wanted to share my experiences starting from nothing to other people who might be in the same boat. Now, if you've already been streaming for months or even years, you might not find anything new here. This video is mostly for beginners who want to dip their feet into live streaming or even content creation as a whole. To start us off, the absolute first thing I think every streamer needs to work on is lighting. I can't tell you how many streams I've clicked on where the streamer is just a silhouette, a tiny man sitting alone in their dark room. Now, you don't need a 3-point Hollywood lighting setup right out of the gate. The biggest bang for your buck is going to just be a single key light. This is your main light source, and it should be illuminating your face. You can buy an affordable key light, or even a ring light would be sufficient. But if you don't want to spend any money, just using a simple desk lamp that you already own would work. But positioning is key. Try to position it slightly off to one side, maybe a bit above eye level, and aim it at your face. Boom! Suddenly you're visible, you're clear, and the perceived quality of your stream just jumped. If you can add a second, softer light on the other side as a fill light to reduce shadows, amazing. But honestly, just getting that key light right is an absolute game changer. If you're using a particularly strong desk lamp and it's completely way too bright to use this way, just turn it around. The light facing the wall is basically using it as a diffuser and bouncing that light back at you. And you'll be surprised how well this works. It's how I personally light my own stream. Now, another optional upgrade is to add some practical lights to the background of your scene, but we'll go over that later in the video. For now, the most important thing is that people can see your beautiful face. With the lighting covered, let's talk about how your audience sees you. Because let's be honest, if you're still using that grainy laptop webcam or something you dug out of a drawer from 2012, it's probably time for an upgrade. There are a ton of really nice webcams out on the market these days, but even more really bad ones. So I'm glad eMeet, the sponsor of this video, sent me their new Pixie webcam to showcase as one of the good ones. It's got 2 separate lenses, one dedicated to capturing ultra-sharp 4K video, and another that's all about smart tracking and autofocus. Together, they give you this buttery smooth, crystal clear face cam that actually feels professional. While streaming, I've found that autofocus is really important. Whether I'm holding up a product for the camera to see, doing PC builds, or just moving forward in my seat a bit, anytime the camera loses focus, it's such a distraction for the viewer. Luckily, the Pixie uses all 12 million pixels as part of their focus system, so when you simply want to adjust in your chair, it doesn't panic. It's responsive, even in low light, and way more consistent than what most budget webcams can pull off these days. Oh, and this next part's not as crazy, but I think it's a little underrated actually. The webcam physically tilts down for privacy, so when you're done streaming, you can just flip it forward and boom, it's off. No sketchy software muting the camera, no sticky notes covering the lens, just clean, intentional design. Honestly, I wish I'd had this thing when I first tried streaming. It makes a huge difference in how polished your stream looks. And it's plug and play, so you don't need to be a camera nerd like me to set it up. The eMeet Studio software gives you full control if you want it, but out of the box, it's ready to go. If you've been putting off upgrading your camera, or you're still stuck using whatever came with your laptop, do yourself and your viewers a favor and check out the eMeet Pixie. Now, camera choice is important for sure, but one thing that everyone overlooks is webcam placement. Look at these 5 multi-millionaire streamers. What do they all have in common? Their webcams are at eye level and not dangling on top of a monitor. This might seem like a small thing, but having your camera at eye level goes a long way with connecting with your audience. And it makes them feel more like a participant rather than just a viewer. So you can go out and pick up a little tripod to position your webcam at eye level, or you can just stack a bunch of books in a pinch. You guys still have books, right? Obviously, this kind of positioning is optional, but I feel like it's a small step to feel connected to your viewers. Okay, so they can see you clearly now, but can they hear you clearly? Audio is arguably even more important than video. Viewers will tolerate a slightly fuzzy image for a while, but if your audio is crackly, echoey, or full of background noise, they are hitting that back button fast. Gaming headsets can be acceptable when you're just starting out, as they're usually designed to block out most sounds like that, even if the quality isn't the best. Just be careful where you are placing that mic on your face, because the worst thing you could do is just breathe into the mic constantly. A better solution is a dedicated condenser or dynamic microphone. There are so many fantastic options these days that deliver incredible quality without costing a fortune. Brands like Samsung, Audio-Technica, HyperX, they all have great entry-level to mid-range USB microphones. The one I personally use is the Fifine K688. It's a really affordable microphone that offers great sound quality and flexibility. It connects via USB or XLR, which is great because I can use it with USB for now. But if I ever want to upgrade my setup down the line, I can swap over to XLR and not have to buy a new mic. Physical controls on the mic for muting and gain control, and a nice pleasing look on stream. Mics like the Q2U work really well, but it's giving karaoke vibes if you know what I mean. For an even bigger improvement, consider a boom arm to get that mic off your desk and close to your mouth. I use a low profile one from Elgato because I am constantly needing to adjust and move my microphone, but a cheap one from Amazon would work fine in a pinch. I sit literally right next to an air conditioner in my room that I have to use when I'm streaming because it's just too hot in here. So if you have a very loud environment that you stream in, consider using some built-in tools like noise suppression or RTX voice in OBS. They can make a world of difference. This is what my stream would sound like if I didn't use any audio effects. And this is what it sounds like using just OBS noise gate and noise suppression. So be sure to monitor what your output sounds like and play with the settings that works best for you and your environment. So you look great, you sound great, but what's going on behind you? A messy room, a blank wall, that pile of laundry you swore you put away, anything in the background can really detract from an otherwise professional setup. This doesn't mean you need to hire a set designer. Start simple and
clean up your room. That's a good start.
Seriously, a clean and uncluttered space makes a world of difference, not only for your stream, but for your mental health and well-being as well. If you have a plain wall as your backdrop, consider adding some visual interest. A few small touches go a long way. A fake plant, some cool figurines if that's your vibe, a strategically placed RGB light for a pop of color. These elements add personality, depth, and make your stream more visually engaging. But then feel free to ignore any decor rules if that is the vibe of your stream. To put it simply, just try to make sure your stream background isn't in a cluttered, messy room, and also isn't just a sterile blank wall. Something that has personality, depth, and color is a great starting point, but the idea is to eventually make it an extension of your own personality and stream vibes. Last but not least, let's talk about your streaming software. OBS, Streamlabs, whatever you use. Many beginners just run the default camera in the corner setup, but with a little tweaking, you can make it look so much slicker. You can explore adding simple and clean overlays to your stream. A nice border for your webcam, perhaps a subtle overlay for your game feed, set up alerts for new followers, subscribers, or donations. Viewers love seeing their name pop up on screen. It makes them feel like they are part of the show. You can also start by creating some basic scenes. A starting soon screen with some music, or maybe an ending screen with your social media handles. These don't need to be super complicated animated marvels when you're starting out. Most streaming software offers free themes and easy to use tools for you to explore. Just spending an hour or two learning the basics of your software and setting up these small elements can make your stream feel less like a raw feed and more like an actual production. I'll link to a couple videos down in the description that explore the software and will help you check the settings to get the vibe you're going for. But I also want to throw in a secret sixth tip, and honestly, it might be the most important one. Forget the overlays, forget the gear. Look at those 5 millionaire streamers I showed earlier. You notice something? They're not drowning in fancy transitions or flashy graphics. What they all do have is presence, personality, confidence on camera. They connect with their audience and they know how to tell a story, even if they're just talking about what they had for lunch. Because here's the honest truth about streaming. People don't stick around for production value. They stick around for you. You can have the nicest camera, the cleanest mic audio, and have every piece of stream equipment that Elgato has ever produced. But if you can't engage your viewers, if you're not saying anything worth listening to, they will leave. Streaming is its own skill set. It's weird at first, talking to no one, keeping the energy up, reacting in real time. It takes practice. So don't stress if your first streams feel awkward or empty. That's normal. The only good way to get good at it is to do it. Everything we covered in this video is just to support the real content. You. Don't wait until everything's perfect. You'll tweak, upgrade, and evolve as you go, but you can't improve what you never actually start. So fire it up and give it a try, because you'll never know if you don't try. Which of these upgrades are you planning to tackle first? Or do you have another tip that made a big difference for you? Let me know down in the comments below. And thanks again to eMeet for sponsoring this video. And if you want to check out their new Pixie webcam, which this whole video was shot on by the way, you can go down in the description and pick one up. Thanks to all the channel members for supporting the channel. Please like the video if you liked it, and get subscribed for more technology content. My name is Jason. Thanks for watching.